If you're comparing SAT or ACT prep programs right now, you've hit the same wall every parent hits. Every single one claims to be the best. Everyone has glowing testimonials, and the prices range from free to thousands of dollars with no obvious reason why. So, how do you actually tell them apart? I'm going to give you the answer. 5 questions that separate a questionable program from a polished one. Ask every program you're considering these 5 things, and I'll answer for us, honestly, so you can hold me to the same standard as everyone else. You can't judge a prep program by how good it looks. You judge it by how it answers 5 specific questions, and most programs can't answer them well. The reason this is hard is that the things that are easy to see, the website, the marketing, the price, have almost nothing to do with things that actually produce score improvement. A beautiful platform can teach the wrong things. A cheap app can waste months, and an expensive program can still skip the one component that matters most. Surface signals don't predict results, so you have to look at the mechanics underneath. A family once told me they chose a program because it had the nicest app. The app was gorgeous, but their score didn't move for 4 months. A gorgeous app that drills the wrong categories is just a very pleasant way to not improve. Before the 5 questions, one shortcut. If you only have time to ask a program one thing, ask this. What is your documented average score improvement across all of your students? Not just the best ones, but all of them. Most programs can't or won't answer that. We can. Across 25 years and more than 3,000 students, our average improvement has grown to its current 308.8 point increase per student so far on the digital SAT and 8.1 points on the ACT. And we'll be happy to show you the spreadsheet that includes every student who has completed our course. And I can go back to 2001 with those spreadsheets. That's a tracked outcome across everyone, not a highlight reel. Testimonials show you the best day a program ever had. An honest average improvement shows you the day you're actually likely to get. Question 1. Does it start with a diagnostic or a curriculum? A real program figures out where your points are being lost before prescribing anything. A weak one hands every student the same curriculum on day 1. If a program can't tell you how it identifies your specific gaps, it's teaching to an average student who doesn't exist. Question 2. Does it teach strategy or just content? The SAT is not primarily a content test. It's a reasoning under pressure test. Ask whether the program teaches the specific strategies for how the test asks questions, or just reteaches the underlying material. Relearning algebra you already know won't fix a score. School seldom, if ever, helps here, but learning how the test disguises that algebra will. Knowing the material and knowing how the test asks about the material are two different things. Programs that only teach the first one leave significant points on the table. Question 3. Does it include performance training? Ask whether the program trains you to execute under real-time conditions, not just study in calm ones. Plenty of students know the content and still lose points to the clock, to pressure, to programmed hastiness, to anxiety, and other emotional frustrations. If a program has no answer for performance under pressure, it's only preparing a tiny portion of your true abilities and potential. Question 4. Is it built for the current digital test? The test is digital and section adaptive now. Ask whether the program's practice happens on the real interface and accounts for the adaptive format. A program still built around the old paper test is preparing your student for a test they won't take. Question 5. Will it show you an honest average, not just testimonials? Back to the number that matters. Ask for the average improvement across all students. A program proud of its outcomes will have that number ready. A program that only offers testimonials is choosing its evidence, and you should notice what it's choosing not to show. One honest thing, because you'll be weighing free options too, free tools are genuinely valuable for motivated, self-directed students who already know exactly where their gaps are. They can move a score meaningfully. If that's your student, use them, and I mean that. Where they tend to fall short is with the full picture diagnosis, the caring and helping guidance, the explanations that actually make sense and inspire confidence, and the accountability, knowing which few things to fix, realizing the few simple patterns to recognize, and actually encouraging the strategic importance training week after week. That's the gap a strong program fills. So the real question isn't free versus paid, it's whether your student has the structure they need to improve wherever it comes from. So take those 5 questions to every program you're considering, including this one. Hold us to the same standard. That's exactly how we want you to choose. And if you'd like to see how we'd answer them for your students specifically, the free strategy session below is where that happens. We diagnose where your points are, show you an honest projected range, and you leave with a clearer picture whether you work with us or not. Subscribe for the full results data and complete peak performance system in the playlist below. I'm Coach Steve Kirshenbaum. Ask the hard questions of everyone, including us. That's how you choose well.